Vegan teacher, and today we're going
veggies, fruits, nuts, and seeds, put them in your shopping cart. Peace begins on your plate, so be vegan and open up your heart.
Hello students, I'm Miss Katie, that vegan teacher, and today we're going to be looking at my iPad because I came across something which made me sad and I thought I'd like to talk to you about it. I'd like to get your opinion about it. It's basically a site called Teacher Therapy, and this teacher quit teaching because of the behavior of students, and then she is now highlighting many other teachers who are quitting. And today we're going to look at this really sweet teacher who's thinking of quitting because she's being attacked by 6- and 7-year-olds. It's crazy. Come watch with me, okay? Let's go.
Drink soy milk, oat milk, rice milk, almond milk. Don't steal milk from a cow. Be vegan, start right now. Follow that vegan teacher, she will show you how.
Today I want to introduce you to this person whose name is Trish. She's a teacher who quit teaching, and she has a YouTube channel called Teacher Therapy. Can you see it there at the bottom? The title of this video says, Teachers versus Gen Z and Alpha, How Bad Parenting, Social Media, and Zero Discipline Ruined a Generation. Let's have a look at what she's saying in this video.
Teachers are quitting because student behavior is out of control, and the stress of teaching in that environment is overwhelming.
I have never witnessed as much violence from children as I witnessed from 4 different boys in a class of 16 kids. There were so many days, including today, that I have had to fear for my life and fear for my own safety and evacuate an entire class of children because of the behavior of 1 or 2 students who were attacking me or my co-teacher or other students.
All right, so I just want to stop there to say that this exact same thing is what I witnessed when I taught in the school system for 9 years. In Quebec, I taught French kids the English language. So I was the English teacher for an entire school. So I would go from classroom to classroom teaching English by using a guitar and singing and all kinds of different ways. And I enjoyed it very much. However, I also experienced what they are going through, which are some very difficult children with behavior issues. And like these 2 teachers, I felt that there was no support in the school system. And I found it very difficult. So I do understand why the teachers are quitting. Now, I started to teach over on TikTok and on YouTube during COVID. And that was my reason for doing the switch over to stay on social media and electronically teach. But this teacher is suffering right now in the classroom. Let's just keep listening to what she says.
Classroom. And I'm terrified. I am terrified to go back. I love education and I have wanted nothing more in my life than to be a teacher. But coming home from my school scared every day because of the actions of 6, 7, and 8-year-old children. This is why teachers are quitting. It's because we cannot handle the violence of these children who know that there's nothing that we can do.
Teachers are quitting because student behavior is out of control, and the stress of teaching in that environment is overwhelming.
I have never witnessed as much violence from children as I witnessed from 4 different boys in a class of 16 kids.
All right, so first of all, a class of 16 children is not very much, but I do understand what she's saying. I've experienced the same thing where when I was a child, if there were difficulties in school, the children were sent to the principal's office. And even when I was very young, there was something called the strap, which I never saw, never experienced, nor did I know of anybody who experienced it. But I know that this was always a fear. Children maintained good behavior because they were always afraid of the school principal. Nowadays, my experience is that the school principal just wants to be friends with the parents, doesn't want to get fired. And so when we try to get the help of the school principal, in fact, there was no help at all. And it was often the case that teachers, and I know this happens to these teachers as well, they are told that it is their fault that the students are not behaving well. It is somehow the teacher's fault because she cannot supposedly control her classroom. And this is so far from the truth. It's not what really goes on. And I myself experienced students taking things off my desk without permission, just touching things that they shouldn't, walking around randomly when they shouldn't.
I remember one time showing up to a grade 6 class, and this classroom was empty. And I was asking around, like, where are the students? And apparently they had all been evacuated because of the behavior of one student, and they were all outside of the building. So I just had to wait until they came back, and then I had to try to teach these kids after they went through this trauma. Now, I think there should be one rule. I've said it many times before. You should not be allowed to prevent your classroom from learning. It should not be the whole class that leaves. It should be that one student who is moved out, and that's it. They are never allowed back in if they do not learn how to sit still quietly without preventing the other students from learning. I know that we tried for years to integrate these students, to make them somehow into decent people, but the reality is that there are psychopaths on earth. Some kids are just born evil and cruel, and you cannot make them change.
If you know of anybody who has experienced this, let me know in the comments below. Maybe you yourself are a teacher. Talk about it. Maybe you yourself are a student who understands what these teachers are experiencing because you have seen your own teachers being treated badly. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that these teachers are exaggerating, or do you think that there is a serious problem with this generation? Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and press the notification bell so that you won't miss any videos in the future. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.
Let's follow that vegan teacher on YouTube right now. Let's help her save every chicken, pig, and cow. Let's follow that vegan teacher on YouTube right now. Let's put our empathy into action.
Viral 2-ingredient crispy carrot chips. All you need to do is spread out some shredded Parmesan.
Or what you could do is just leave the Parmesan out completely. You don't need cheese. Just put the carrots in the oven with some spices and some olive oil, make them crispy, and eat them plain. So you don't have to pay anyone to kidnap baby boy cows and murder them so that people can steal the milk and make it into cheese. Did you even know that that's what goes on? I mean, this is what I'm trying to figure out, is do people actually know about the dairy industry? I mean, are you aware that the mothers are raped? They are forced to be pregnant. I don't think you would want that done to any female that you know, right? And this is year after year. And whereas the cows would normally live about 20 years, they kill them at just 4 years old. It's absolutely heartbreaking. Please don't encourage cheese to be eaten by anyone who's watching your channel. Watch Dairy is Scary.
Viral 2-ingredient crispy carrot chips. All you need to
Hi, Precious. Thanks for being here. I can see that you haven't done the homework. So maybe start there. Go to watchdominion.com before commenting next time, okay? but just to help you a little bit along the way before you get there. Being vegan is about doing the least harm. That's what it's about. And we're not going to make lions into vegans because, God fucked up. God designed them in a way that they need to eat animals. But we don't. We have a choice. We have moral agency. We can decide whether we're going to go to the store and buy some tofu or not, or if we're going to pay somebody to murder an innocent animal. So I suggest that you Google some vegan recipes and do the homework of watching the documentary Dominion, and you'll get up to speed. Yeah, you do it. Hi, Precious. Thanks for being here. I can see that you haven't done the homework. So maybe start there. Go to watchdominion.com before commenting next time, okay? But just to help you a little bit along the way before you get there. Being vegan is about doing the least harm. That's what it's about. And we're not going to make lions into vegan.